Kentucky mornings start here. WKYT This Morning.
Now at 7 on WKYT This Morning, in Johnson County, they're calling a sheriff's deputy a hero after he rescued a woman from a burning home.
And Morehead State University is already preparing for budget cuts proposed by Governor Matt Bevin. What the university's president had to say coming up.
And a Jessamine County dog officers thought would never walk again after being severely starved is making a recovery.
This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning to you. I'm Michelle Chamberlain.
I'm Sean Moody. Thanks for joining us on this Saturday. And it is going to be a great Saturday to get outside and do something.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to going outside, and I hope the weather lasts, this warm weather.
Absolutely. Mike Linden is standing by in the First Alert Weather Center. It looks great already.
It really does. This time of year, you would expect temperatures to hit their high point of around 48, 49. That's where we are in Lexington right now. Bear in mind, it's 7 o'clock in the morning, so we've got a ways to go for the rest of our day as we get into Saturday afternoon. A few spots in southeastern Kentucky already into the mid-50s. But notice where that air is coming from, the southwest, and we will get two new additions to Kentucky as a result. The warmth, one, but the moisture as well. Now, we are seeing cloud cover right now. Could even be some patchy fog out there early this morning, but those clouds will bring rainfall. Looks like a little bit later this evening. But once we get done with that, we return to winter, and it looks like in a big way. And coming up in about 10 minutes, I'll show you what to expect as we head into the work week next week and what to expect the rest of this warmer than normal weekend.
Thanks, Mike. A Johnson County Sheriff's deputy is being called a hero after rescuing a woman from her burning home. Neighbors called police when 70-year-old Barbara Daniels didn't answer the door for an appointment. When Deputy Terry Tussey arrived, he says he saw soot on the windows.
Knocked, yelled Sheriff's Department, still no answer. I could smell a strong odor of gas coming from the door.
He says he forced open the door, then saw smoke in the home and Daniels lying on the floor, so he carried her outside. Police say Daniels is now in the hospital being treated for smoke inhalation.
A former Lee County Circuit clerk has admitted she stole hundreds of thousands of dollars from taxpayers. Emma Adams entered a guilty plea to abuse of public trust yesterday morning. The administrative office of the court says Adams took the public's money for her own personal gain. They say she set up fake bank accounts, used fake receipts, and took money off the top every week. Adams was asked to retire, which she did last August, and now Adams has pleaded guilty to the charge. As part of her plea, Adams handed over a check in court.
Restitution in the amount of $334,845.44.
$156,106.47.
The rest of the restitution will be paid through a payment plan. Adams' sentencing is set for April 1st. She faces a maximum sentence of 5 years in jail. Prosecutors recommended Adams serve 90 days in jail, followed by 5 years of probation.
The Kentucky Department of Corrections is getting a new commissioner. Governor Matt Bevin appointed Rodney Ballard as the new corrections commissioner yesterday. Now, since 2012, Ballard has been in charge of the Fayette County Detention Center. Ballard will replace LaDonna Thompson, who will retire March 1st. His first day will be March 14th. And we've learned that the Kentucky State Police Commissioner is retiring. Rodney Brewer will retire on February 29th after 34 years of service. Brewer has been the commissioner for the past 8 years, and he was appointed by former Governor Steve Beshear.
In Pulaski County, prosecutors plan to seek the death penalty against a man accused of murder. Police say Brett Crozier shot and killed Albert Hale at his home on Oak Hill Road last October. The murder happened hours after police say Crozier shot and injured 2 people at home on Sycamore Trail and a third person on Dahl Road. Crozier is also charged in a chase where police say he had a 17-year-old and an 8-month-old baby in the car. The Commonwealth Journal reports a trial date is expected to be set at Crozier's next hearing on March 17th. In Laurel County, a home was destroyed after a fire broke out. According to the Corbin News Journal, West Knox firefighters responded to the fire yesterday on Fairway Drive in the Sweet Hollow Estates subdivision. Crews from Corbin, Keavy, and Lilly fire departments were all called in for assistance. No one was home at the time of that fire.
Board members from Morehead State University met to discuss the budget cuts proposed by Governor Matt Bevin. Now, under Bevin's proposal, state universities would join other state agencies in receiving a 4.5% spending cut for the remainder of this fiscal year, along with a 9% cut for the next 2 years. MSU President Wayne Andrews says that while they aren't getting specific, they already know what areas the cuts would hit.
Well, it's too early to talk about specifics. We know the impacts are going to be people, programs, and services. I mean, those are the three big categories. The majority of the money is in people.
The president said a formal meeting on the budget cuts will take place next month.
Kentucky's junior Senator Rand Paul is back on the campaign trail here in Kentucky, but this time it's for his Senate seat and not for the White House. Senator Paul is hosting a few town halls today, one this morning in Lexington. WKYT's Mike Byer joins us live from the news desk with more on Senator Paul's campaign.
Kentucky Senator Rand Paul will be in Lexington this morning, just weeks after he decided to drop from the race for president. The senator is holding the Fayette County Breakfast Town Hall at 8 this morning. It will be held at the Hilton at Lexington Green Rotunda. Paul will then make his way to Center College in Danville for another town hall meeting around 1 this afternoon. Both events are free and open to the public. These town hall meetings come after the junior senator dropped from the presidential race earlier this month. Paul is now turning his attention to his senatorial campaign. According to our news partner, the Herald Leader, Paul, who is seeking re-election this year, is being challenged by 2 other Republicans and 7 Democrats, one of those Democrats being Lexington Mayor Jim Gray. At the live desk, Mike Byer, WKYT.
Voters in the first and the South primary are headed to the polls.
Washington Bureau Chief Jacqueline Paula Castro is in Columbia, South Carolina, with a preview of the day.
Good morning from Columbia, South Carolina. Today, voters will pick their favorite Republican candidate. Donald Trump is ahead in the polls in the state that's notorious for choosing the Republican nominee. This primary is often called a firewall because it can help cement the position of the frontrunner. Only one candidate has won the Republican nomination for president without winning the South Carolina primary. That was Mitt Romney in 2012. This year, Ted Cruz, Marco Rubio, John Kasich, and Jeb Bush are battling for attention. And everyone's watching Ben Carson because there could be more casualties once the primary is over. The winning candidate here in South Carolina will pick up some serious momentum moving into the Nevada caucus and Super Tuesday. Reporting in Columbia, I'm Jacqueline Policastro.
A new shopping center under construction here in Lexington is getting some more tenants, and they're still a year from opening. According to our partners at the Lexington Herald Leader, Coast Bar will be moving into the Summit at Fritz Farm. The shopping center will be at the corner of Nicholasville Road and Man o' War. Coast Bar is a luxury cosmetics store, and their Lexington location will be the first one here in Kentucky. That shopping center will open at the end of March 2017.
Sounds like fun. Now, Lexington's newest public library branch will open its doors next month. The East Side branch at the corner of Palumbo Drive and Man o' War will open at 10 a.m. on March 15th. That branch will replace the Eagle Creek branch, which is off Richmond Road. Eagle Creek will close at 6 p.m. next Friday. The East Side branch will be Lexington's largest public library branch.
We have an update to a story we brought you earlier this week out of Jessamine County. The county's animal control officers say a dog rescued from a home is slowly improving.
Officers say they found 2 starving dogs at a home in Nicholasville on Thursday. Now, at that time, officers were worried that one of the dogs, Snicker, would never recover because he couldn't even stand. But Animal Care and Control posted 2 photos of Snicker saying he's eaten twice and he's walked around the clinic a couple of times. The second dog, Boo, is also doing better. The dog's owner, Vicki Madden, has been charged with second-degree animal cruelty. She told us off camera she tried her best to feed the dogs but didn't know how to find help for them.
Good to see him doing better there.
It's good to see.
7:08 now on your Saturday morning, and there is still plenty ahead here on WKYT this morning.
Today's primary in South Carolina and the caucus in Nevada could help cement a front-runner in both parties. How presidential candidates are making a last push for votes coming up on WKYT this morning.
And we'll see how one little sea otter pup is adjusting to life at Chicago's Shedd Aquarium. That's still ahead here on WKYT this morning.
A great start to the day so far here in Kentucky, but we are looking at some big changes on the way for the work week. I'll show you coming up.
Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with Mike Linden.
A great start so far for the weekend in the Bluegrass. Doesn't really feel like February at all. We get started this morning with a look at Defender. Not too much going on the radar this morning, although there are some clouds to pick up on. Nothing that's going to bring us active weather yet. That will change as we head into the evening hours. But right now we're looking at warm, moist air coming in from the north, or from the southwest rather. But part of the warmth that we'll get in on will be the moisture as well. And we'll touch on what we'll see as we get into the evening hours in just a moment. But right now, a great start to our day. See these lines here coming in from the southwest? That's the wind. And coming in from the Gulf of Mexico, bringing with it all of that beautiful warmth. 49 degrees right now in Lexington. That's where you'd expect to be on average for this time of year in the afternoon. So we are well ahead of where we should be for this time of morning and this time of day for sure. We look again to the southwest and you can really see all of that warmth that will work its way to us today. Little Rock, Arkansas, 63 degrees. Memphis, Tennessee, 64. We may even be warmer than that when all is said and done into the afternoon today. Really just all hinges on the clouds. And what we'll see as we get into the middle of our day will be a split right across the state, pretty much following 64 west and east. 67 degrees in Lexington by the afternoon. We may even see a few spots getting into the upper 60s and low 70s. Really just hinges on the cloud cover this afternoon. But nonetheless, most spots are really going to look and feel nice today. It won't be until later this evening that warmth also brings in the moisture. And this will be very late tonight, 10, 11 o'clock tonight, really, as we start to see the showers picking up, but then things get a little heavier as that frontal system from the southwest brings its way or works its way into the bluegrass. Could be looking at some thunderstorms very late tonight and into the very early morning hours of Sunday, and that will all track its way from west to east and essentially rain itself out throughout the day on Sunday. It won't be until Sunday evening that things do begin to calm down, but by that point we could have picked up on a pretty decent amount of rainfall in a very short period of time. Up near about 1 inch to 1/2 of an inch for most spots out there, which could create for some local high water issues. But once we're done with the warmth, the cold takes over again. That's what's kind of forcing the issue right now as that southwesterly flow shifts and we get it back on the northern flow of wind. And that, of course, is where the cold air is this time of year. Snow could even potentially return to the forecast by the middle of the work week next week. It really just, again, all hinges on the temperatures, which will be great today and even tomorrow as well. But by the start of the work week, we go back to feeling a lot more like winter, if not a little cooler than where we should be for this time of year. So today, you really got to take advantage of a day like this because it's not normal, really. So get out there and enjoy it before things get a little wet and cool the next few days.
Go to an ice cream shop, right?
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, I'm a frozen yogurt guy myself. What about you, Sean?
Yeah, I'll take whatever's like sweet and cold. I'll take it. I'm not too picky.
Good attitude.
Thanks, Mike.
So an orphan Southern Sea otter pup has found a new home at Chicago's Shed Aquarium.
Yeah, aquarium workers said that the pup arrived there in the Windy City on January 27th from Monterey Bay Aquarium in California. They say she now weighs 11 pounds and is being cared for in the sea otter nursery. Workers say a heavy storm may have separated the otter from her mother. Experts caring for the pup say she's now eating solid foods, foraging for food, and grooming on her own. I think we need like a WKYT sea otter pup here on the desk.
Oh my gosh, that would be awesome.
Just
Put a little
toys.
tank out front of the desk.
It'd come on, pop out and play, read some stories.
It would be a fun
whatever. All right, who will come out on top in today's political prize fight? Candidates are making their final push before the GOP's South Carolina primary.
Mike's over there laughing at us about our otter pup idea. Oh well, we'll have more on this coming up on WKYT This Morning.
Keep up with the latest news on WKYT.com. Join the conversation on Twitter and become a part of the WKYT Facebook family.
Welcome back to WKYT This Morning. It's 7:18 now on your Saturday, and here's an update on our top stories.
Kentucky Senator Rand Paul will be in Lexington this morning campaigning. The senator is holding the Fayette County Breakfast Town Hall at 8 this morning. It will be held at the Hilton at Lexington Green Rotunda. Paul will then make his way to Center College for another town hall meeting around 1 o'clock this afternoon. Both events are free and open to the public.
Author Harper Lee has died at age 89. She is best known for her first novel, To Kill a Mockingbird, that addressed racial injustice in the 1930s through the eyes of the young Scout Finch. The novel received a Pulitzer Prize and earned Lee a Medal of Freedom. Lee was born in Monroeville, Alabama in 1926.
You're seeing a live look at the Basilica of the National Shrine of the Immaculate Conception. This is where the late Supreme Court Justice Antonin Scalia will be honored today with a funeral mass. Vice President Joe Biden will be in attendance today. The White House said Biden has a personal relationship with him. President Obama will not be in attendance today.
It's shaping up as the Vegas prize fight of politics. On the Democratic side, it's neck and neck between Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders.
For Republicans, they've scheduled more than 20 events this morning in a final push for votes before the South Carolina primary. Mary Maloney has the details.
The Clinton campaign hopes this endorsement from South Carolina Congressman Jim Clyburn gives Hillary the edge.
The future of the Democratic Party and the United States of America will be best served with the experiences and know-how of Hillary Clinton as our 45th president.
But 8 years ago, Clinton didn't have the same support. In Clyburn's 2014 memoir, he said an angry Bill Clinton called him in the middle of the night and promised a fight. Clyburn says he's endorsing the former Secretary of State now because he fears a long Democratic fight. The contest between Clinton and Sanders has become contentious.
Maybe it's that Senator Sanders wasn't really a Democrat until he decided to run for president. He doesn't even know what the last two Democratic presidents did. And well, it's true. It's true.
Sanders, a lifelong independent, insists he is the candidate for change.
It looks to me like Nevada is ready to lead this country into a political revolution.
In the hours leading up to the Democratic caucuses in Nevada and the South Carolina primary for Republicans, the candidates will hold more than 20 events.
So it's crunch time, folks. It's crunch time.
Polls put Donald Trump in the lead in the GOP race, with a battle brewing for second and third place between Ted Cruz, Marco Rubio, John Kasich, and Jeb Bush.
Donald Trump has 18 delegates. You need 1,200 plus to win the nomination. I got 4, so I'm 14 behind him. There's a long way to go.
I'm Mary Maloney reporting.
All right, a lot of developments there. We'll see what happens. It is 7:21 now on your Saturday morning, and there's still more to come.
Sports is next.
The Wildcats are in College Station, Texas, where they'll meet Texas A&M this afternoon. A big game for the Wildcats. We preview it next in sports.
A great start so far temperature-wise, and coming up I'll show you how warm we'll get as we head into Saturday afternoon and what could soon follow as we head into Sunday. Well, the weekend is here, and you could really feel the winds of change out there yesterday blowing across Kentucky. Gusts of wind up near 50 miles per hour. And right now, temperatures are starting off very pleasantly in the upper 40s and mid to low 50s out there. Bear in mind, normal for this time of year, we're talking the warmest you'd expect to get on average this time of year. 49 degrees, right where Lexington is right now. That is a great start so far for our weekend as warm, moist air works its way in from the southwest. So while the warmth is nice, the moisture maybe not so much, as we are tracking a return to some wet weather a little bit later this evening. You can also see the cloud cover out there this morning. It's not going to be a perfectly sunny day, but if you do see a break in the clouds, which most of us should, could be looking at temperatures even in the lower 70s in northern Kentucky. Notice, look at southeastern Kentucky, still struggling to even get out of the 50s and 60s, while northern Kentucky, a break from the clouds. Look at that warmth. We head into the evening hours, and that's when showers return, and it looks like we could also be tracking some thunderstorms as we head into Sunday morning. So you've got to get out there today and enjoy this warmth while you can before big changes get here. And let's hope that Mother Nature doesn't rain on the Wildcats parade. And for more on the Cats and Texas A&M, here's Lee Kay.
Kentucky basketball is riding a 4-game winning streak and looking to make it 5, where the Cats will have to win on the road this evening at Texas A&M. Now, Kentucky coming off a good win over Tennessee on Thursday night. Now, we don't know the status of Marcus Lee at this point. He left the game on Thursday with a stiff back after playing just 17 minutes. Derek Willis complained of sore knees and a bad ankle, but he said on Friday that he's good. John Calipari is expecting a tough game, though, from the Aggies.
They got a great post game. They've got guards that are creative and make plays. Obviously, House can go for 40. They got other guys that come off the bench that shoot the ball well. Caruso is one of the best passers you'll ever see. Tries to steal every ball, so you got to be aware you can't just throw a lazy pass. It's a layup. And when they get in transition and they run, they're really good.
Texas A&M, meanwhile, went through a 4-game losing streak, but they snapped it this past week with a good win over Ole Miss. The Aggies have lost only 7 games all season. They're just 2 games behind Kentucky in the SEC race. They badly need a win as well this evening.
Yeah, our focus still is just win today. If we can win today, it gives us a chance to win tomorrow and continue to improve our team, which we did in the Ole Miss game. Again, there's a lot of games left. Every game counts, like we said in the beginning of the conference race. But now you only have so many opportunities to catch up.
And it is a big one tonight in College Station as Texas A&M takes on the Kentucky Wildcats. Tip-off set for 6:30. You can see it on ESPN. And as always, you can see the highlights right here at 11 on WKYT. That'll do it for your morning sports. Have a great day.